Let me see.
There he is. His current role. His current role is a director of Gnostic Software Solution Company Limited. Experience-wise, over a decade in software and technology solution. His background in computer engineering and information technology. Clemson.
Asante. Good afternoon, everyone. Hello.
Let me give you this one.
You can use the same one.
Hello. Yes. Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
Yes, as introduced, my name is Tumsifu Organes, and I work with a company called Gnostic Software Solution, and we develop softwares for different business depending on the requirements that they need at their businesses. And our involvement into safety softwares began like a decade ago when one of our telecom companies involved us in creating a tool for them that will assist in enabling compliance, particularly in work at height activities, as well as in electrical works. So that was like 10 years back. Now that same solution is having 9 modules, and it's been used in 6 different countries across Africa. So today I'm excited to be able to share with you some of the things that we have picked up as we implemented these different safety solutions for these different companies. So the basic question is, because most of the companies already have safety policies. Now, why do we need to have technology as part and parcel of safety policy? The basic fundamental question is, in order to ensure compliance, like whatever you have signed by these contractors or by your staff as to how they should operate when operating in these different high-risk activities, in order for you to make sure, like when they're actually at site, they're actually following those policies, you need technology. So to show that, we'll go through a scenario whereby we have a company which has, we're going to take a case study for road safety management, whereby we have a company which, we have a company which has a policy which says no long distance driving, like if you cannot travel, you cannot start a trip going to Mwanza at 5 p.m. You should stop at after every 150 kilometers for 2 hours, and then you shouldn't put passengers at the back of pickup trucks, as well as before operating your vehicle, make sure you do pre-ignition checklist, and also the maximum speed for operation is 120. So these are common features which are found in most of the safety policies in regards to road risk. But now, if you don't have a system, if you are relying on people filling on the forms and then send them on WhatsApp group, and then you have maybe a group email whereby once a person does that, then you think you have complied with the safety policy, it will become a challenge, because whatever information that you'll be collecting would be based on that person's ability to give you correct information. So you have risk that you won't have real-time tracking, you will not have valid information, as well as whatever data that you will get, it will not be correct. So if you employ a tracking system like what we've seen from ECOP, what you'll get is you will be able to get real-time information, and then from that, now it will be evident that whatever mitigation and whatever process that you follow, they will be based on accurate information. So we saw the likes of having a journey management system, whereby if you have that, it means a person, before going on a trip, he will actually do pre-ignition checklist, and then you will be able to tell, was this checklist done before the trip started or after the trip started? And if he's on the road and he's being monitored with a camera, and there is also tracking his location, automatically you find that the driver will be complying to the safety policy, which will now build it in the culture of an organization, making it something that will give you value from your policy. So, in a nutshell, we need to deploy technology so that our policies become live, like they become part and parcel of our business, okay? So how do we, what is the first step that we need to take in order to achieve that? How do we deploy technology? So the first thing we need to do is we need to map the business processes with the safety policies. And to be able to do that, we need a central repository system, which now what we'll do is whatever we've written in our safety policies, we'll map it to the business process so that, for instance, if a person is going to do a sort of, let's say, work at height activity, then that particular project, for it to get paid or for the project to be marked as done, the person has to show a permit number. How does he get a permit number? A permit number, he will get it after he has performed all the pre-approval of all the checks that he needs to do in order to perform that particular task. So if, for instance, if you're doing a work at height, you'll need to put on a PPE, and then you need to have, let's say, a vehicle, which will, in case of an emergency, you'll need to have somebody to support you. So all these things, they will be sent to the safety managers, and then once received by the safety manager, he will approve the job, and then that's when the job can take place. So, and where does this information go? So this information goes to the central repository system, which is now the digital health system, which now will compile all this information, and it can give you a nice dashboard, okay? So that's the first step. You need to have a central system that will allow you to collect all the information that is captured from the different business processes that are being performed in your organization, okay? From the centralized system, you'll see that a number of use cases can be achieved. For instance, because your staff, they'll probably, who are operating at high-risk activities, they'll need to have some certifications. So that will also go into your central system. You can capture near misses and non-conformance in your health and safety system. Something that was reported, like they said in the previous speaker, that with this, what you get is people become willingly to report whatever they see before an actual accident or an actual incident occurring. You can get all this, and you can structure it in such a way a person can send it anonymously, or you can have it also tagged to a person so that you know where exactly and who reported it, okay? Like I said before, we can have the journey management system in that. We can track high-risk permits. You can also, in case of an incident, okay, how do you manage your investigation? What information is collected? So all this information will go into the central health and safety system, okay? And then from that, you can also have dashboards, but also you can use that, you can get sort of emergency response and crisis management. What do we mean by this? We mean like in case you have an incident or you have a, say in an office, and all the people have got this application whereby you can now send an alert to them that maybe report to this place in case of this particular incident. You can also control access to sites, okay, based on the policies and procedures of your business. Of course, you can also have drone and robotics. So whatever information that is captured by the guys with the drones and everything, all this information can be centrally saved in this central system. And then from that, you can process it and now get the dashboards, okay? So I understand having such a system can be costly at some point, because with any technological advances with such a system, you'll need to have IT staff. So it's not all the subcontractors that operate in this environment. They can have a central, dedicated data center to be able to have such a system, okay? So how do we address that? Because the idea of having people go back home safely, it's not something to negotiate with, okay? So if you adapt a cloud-based system, that is, you become part of, you use an existing system which already is implemented, and you just become a client into that system. That means you get all the benefits from investment, that you don't have to get new servers, you don't have to get new staff to be able to manage the system. You just use the system as a service. And also, what also you get from that is you can use the data that was captured by other companies into making decisions. What do we mean by this? For instance, for the case of journey management system, okay? When a person is requesting, let's say, for a trip traveling from here to Mwanza, before he goes about that trip, the application can alert him on the hotspot. The hotspot location, these are locations where previous drivers probably got into an incident, and now you as a driver in another company, for the first time you're using the app, you can get this information shown to you so that you take enough precautions as you go to your trip, okay? So you'll see that if you use a cloud-based system whereby you become a client into a system which is already implemented, it will reduce your cost and it will make it more practical for your business, okay? Yeah, so what we're trying to do is to implement technology into safety. So the first thing I said is you need to have a central system for storing or as a repository for your information. The other thing that you can do, okay, in order to ensure compliance into your safety policies is to implement is to have sensors and wearable technology. So after having a central system where you can store your information, now you need to have a means to get raw data, accurate data from the remote locations. So we're talking about something like the GPS locating on your vehicle. This will give you the exact location of the vehicle, something like the camera, which will show you exactly what has happened, something like the heat sensors and everything that will display whatever information is captured at a certain location. So these IoT devices, what they'll give you is the actual values that are captured at those different states from those different locations, okay? But also, instead of, apart from just capturing information from the environment, you can also capture information on the human body. So something like having smartwatch smartwatches which will now capture the temperature, the oxygen level of a person. So all this information captured from all these different sensors and all these different devices will go into that central system. And once you have that information in the central system, then you'll be able to do some analysis and find a way to improve the compliance into health and safety. Okay? So, for instance, one of the wearable technology you can use is the having geotags do it some kind of a geofencing. That if a person has got a certain tag, and because this tag is assigned to a certain person, you're sure that he cannot maybe cross a certain location because of the training or because of the status of that location. Okay? You can also use cameras to, prevent accident, something that we've already seen. Okay? So why we should use wearable technologies is because we get real-time information. Okay? Because that's the idea. We're trying to reduce the time between an incident occurring and actually getting the correct information. Okay? The last sort of thing that we can get once we have our data in the repository, we can now do some manipulation with the data. So what AI does, so AI is actually a machine trying to make decisions based on the information that it was fed into it. Okay? So with AI, what it means is you can make some predictions, some informed predictions based on the information that you collected from all the different business processes that you have performed and the information that was captured into your repository of the information. Okay? So you can predict workplace accidents before they happen. So say, for instance, you have a repository of all the incidents which occurred before a crude oil spillage. Maybe you're monitoring the temperature, you're monitoring the oxygen level, the carbon monoxide level. So all this information, if it's fed into an AI model, it can give you the preconditions which brought about that incident to occur. Now, then you can create a logic such that if you have this, this, and this, then an alarm should be raised before that incident actually occurring. Okay? So, in a nutshell, okay, what you need to do to implement, to integrate technology into your safety, one, you need to have a way of storing, you need to merge your business processes as with your safety policies. And once you have merged that, where do you store that information? On a central system. And make it accessible to everyone via mobile or via web. Okay? And why we use cloud? We'll use cloud because it will be more cost effective. Okay? It's not every subcontractor that can have an IT team who will deal with the servers and everything. So you need to have a central, a cloud-based system. And then with a cloud-based system, you get it as a service. It's cheaper and it gets you faster into implementation phase rather than start designing and then maintaining the servers. Then you have new security patches and everything. So the amount of work that goes into making a server be accessible all the time, it cannot make business sense to some organization. So that's why it will be a better decision to use a cloud-based system. I understand, okay, there's some instances we have issues with access to the internet because of power or because of the location. But with such a system, what you have is, because you have a mobile application, it can operate in an offline-online mode, such that if it's not having access to the network, it will still capture whatever information it's supposed to capture, and it will still give you the same, maybe 70% of the output you'll get when it's online, and then once it connects back online, it will sync itself with the online platform. But in a nutshell, if you have, if you use a cloud-based system, it will make a more business case, okay? So once you have a cloud-based system, the second thing is you need also to be able to capture real-time events from using devices, not expecting persons or people to give you the information. So real-time, by capturing real-time status of things, I mean by using sensors, like if it's a vehicle, maybe you want to capture its location. If it's the temperature, then you have a remote sensor. So IoT devices, the devices, they have a means of capturing the information and then sending it to the back server. And then once you have the backend server with your data, you have real-time information also going to your backend server. Now you can improve on your business processes, you can improve on your safety procedures by using that information so that you prevent incidents from happening. And even when they occur, you'll use the same repository to capture whatever led to that incident to occur. You capture the investigation process so that you can be able to make better decisions next time, okay? So in conclusion, we need three things: cloud-based, we need IoT devices, and also we need the processes to change. So the future of workplace safety is digital, so let's transform. Thank you.
Beautiful. Makofi mengi tena kwa engineer tumsifu. I've learned when I was growing that if you are an engineer, you will always be an engineer. And if you don't put that kiambishi awali before you mention his name, then you really need to apologize. So engineer tumsifu, well done. Very nice presentation. And I believe some of us here were able to get the fact. Some of us over here who were not good in mathematics, perhaps we could not understand, but the boost is there. When we'll be going for lunch, you can have time with him, get more questions, and then he'll be in a position to explain to you. However, we'll take 2 questions for him. Anyone with any question? Perfect, that will be the number 1 question. Any other question? Happy if you can go close to Madam there. Any other question? I've not heard of the students. Do you have questions? You should be having questions, eh? Because I heard the students are now using ChatGPT, and you need to connect ChatGPT with your systems to see when I write something on the ChatGPT, your system should be able to tell me. And that's the power of technology. Kalib-san.
Asante sana. Thank you so much for very informative information relating to technology and accessibility to the data for the workforce. But I would like you to emphasize a little bit about information security and confidentiality of that, given that we're using the cloud as, yeah, thank you.
Karibu.
Yeah, thank you for the question. So, you want to know how we use, we tackle confidentialities. Yes, so, you'll see that the information that is being captured, say in case of an incident or even the location information, some of this information is not supposed to be, cannot be shared with everyone. So in any system which is dealing with such information, there's usually a lot of encryption that is done to the information. As such, you find that the data, when it's captured, so say from your device, it is captured and then it's encrypted, and then during transmission it's also encrypted, and at storage is also encrypted. And then access to that information is also controlled by roles to the system, that not every person, even though you're all using the same sort of a platform in a cloud-based environment, it's not like everyone will have access to the information for you, for your company, as well as you as a person. Okay, it will only be seen by people who have got enough rights given to them to be able to see that. And even the information they see, it will not be all the information. Some of the people will just see maybe some of your information redacted so that they don't see who exactly got into an accident. Or some will just see numbers, like reports, how many incidents or how many trips or how many vehicle inspections were performed. So that is controlled by the central system. Okay, that's roles, encryption, and everything will be implemented so that whatever information that is captured and it's personal, it is actually controlled. And there's usually a lot of scanning in terms of security and patching that is done to this system. And that's the reason why I was saying, in some cases, if for a subcontractor company, it will become a challenge to implement such a system because maintaining it, these are tasks that will be done on probably weekly basis. Every week you have new vulnerabilities that will be found on the system and that have to be patched. So you'll find that it's not a one-time thing. Once you've done it, then the system is up and running and then that's the end of it. So that will all be managed by the central system. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Tumsif. Do you have any other question to Tumsif? The last one?
We have
Kalim.
one here.
AP, proceed.
My name is Lai John. You talk about the use of AI. Looking on how AI works, it can answer any question which you ask it to it. Now, we say that one of the importance of AI, it can predict the workplace accident before they happen. Now, where the mechanism you are being using to know that these answers or this prediction are correct?
Yes, so artificial intelligence, so basically it's it's machines making decisions based on data it was provided with. So you have a machine, you feed a lot of data into it. So say I want to create a model that will spot cats in a stadium full of people, so that you don't want people to enter a stadium with a cat. So you feed billions of images of cats into a model. Then, if you take a picture of people in a stadium, it can show you there's a cat. Okay? So that's the way it works. So you have data, like a machine that will understand the data. We have vision, that it will take images, and you have natural language. I'll say good morning, it will say habari gani, okay? So those are the different characteristics of AI. So now when it comes to accidents, so what it needs is the information that was captured before the accident to occur. Say for instance, in mining, let's assume we are measuring maybe I don't know how, like the ground movement, okay? So if we're measuring the ground movement and we're also measuring maybe the air inside the tunnel, and then we have all these different parameters which we are measuring. And then after maybe a certain maybe trigger, then the ground collapsed. It's not, it won't be obvious like that. It won't be like one parameter or two parameters. But if you're able to get data from all the mining incidents which occurred in the world, okay, that because of this certain parameters which were captured, you feed it into that AI model, then the model can be able to make sense, because with our brains we are limited to how much information we can process. But now with an AI model, it will be able to take all the data, different data in different format, and then it can create sort of a pattern out of it. Now that pattern is what will give you now the most intelligent guess into what caused an accident. It might not be the correct answer, but it will be the best correct guess based on the information that it was given to it. That is why it's very important, like if now we are trying to transform our safety policies, if we put enough gadgets, enough IoT devices to capture the conditions of person. Let's say wearable devices, we take the temperature, we take the oxygen, how much heartbeat, all this. If we have all this information, 10 years from now, we'll be able to tell a week before that this guy is going to have a certain stroke or something, okay? So we have to start today to get all this information so that our models can be able to make more informed and correct decisions. But without getting the correct data, then whatever predictions will not be very accurate.
Thank you very, very much. Okay, Happy, you got anything for Tumsifu?
I'm just seeing a lot of embracing with the technology and need to learn. So I think most of us are also learning from him. If you have any question, you can shoot. It's also a call to the students who are here, whatever what we are learning, to incorporate with technology, because that's the future now.
Well said.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, Mr. Tumsifu, for your presentation and response to the questions. Lap of clap for him, please. However, as I've said, you can pass over his booth for more details. So for now, before we go for lunch, we will play a video from one of our sponsors and then pay attention to it. Over to you, Manyanda. It's just a moment past we had a technology discussion here, and technology is not happening. Mr. Tumsif, can you please come this side? Fix this shit here. Technology is playing with our brain, right? Yeah, but we win it. Manyanda? Beautiful.
We have won.
Yeah.
Unmatched range of safety wear. With us, you'll never wait for safety. Our extensive stock ensures your safety gear is always available when you need it. From head to toe, our safety wear includes everything from helmets and goggles to gloves, protective clothing, and safety shoes. We've got your safety covered. Discover safety items never before thought of in Tanzania. Now just at your doorstep. We offer calibration and servicing of safety.
Yeah. Nafikiri utakuwa umezoom zaidi. Yes. If you can lower your ratios of zoom, oh, perfect. That is okay. Let's go.
And we do have this exhibitor here, in case he is. Safety and security are here.
They're here.
Yeah.
Welcome to Safety and Security Center, where we've been making East Africa safer for over 30 years with our unmatched range of safety wear. With us, you'll never wait for safety. Our extensive stock ensures your safety gear is always available when you need it. From head to toe, our safety wear includes everything from helmets and goggles to gloves, protective clothing, and safety shoes. We've got your safety covered. Discover safety items never before thought of in Tanzania. Now just at your doorstep. We offer calibration and servicing of safety equipment, ensuring your gear performs at its best. Our consultations are backed by the expertise of world-renowned brands we're agents for. Cut out the middleman and buy direct from the factory for unmatched quality and value. We are located at Bibititi Mohammed Road, Upanga, Dar es Salaam. Welcome to Safety and Security.
Thank you very much. Makofi mengi mengi kwa safety and security. Yes, Madam Happy, over to you.
Thank you very much. While we wait for the coming event, should we come up with something to, make this
Maybe let's
more
get
live?
as we are preparing for the lunch. Yeah, we have team out there arranging for lunch. We should be out within 5 minutes from now. We'll have a couple of remarks from you. Takeaways from when we started until now. What do you think you have grasped and perhaps you go out with? So choose any from your side, and I'll also choose 2 from my side. Let's start with you, Happy. This is where now people start praying so that you don't see them. Eh?
That's true.
Yeah.
But
Pick 2 from your side, madam.
Just to remind ourselves, this is the Global Occupational Health and Safety Conference 2025, and our theme is Advancing Health and Safety in Tanzania, a collaborative approach to safer workplaces in Africa. And I'm told all who are here are either experts, students, I've heard a lot of engineers, right? Anybody wants to contribute, say anything, add into what we have heard, learned so far?
Okay, so take your mic to engineer. There she is. Eh? Go close. Yes.
Is it getting warmer?
Hapo. Ingia katikati hapo. Sogea. Yes. Yes.
More.
Mpe dada mkuu Mike ana neno la kusema.
Karibu
Karibu
sana.
sana engineer. So what should be your takeaway since when we start our program 8 in the morning until now? What are the learning that you have acquired so far? Karibu.
Thank you. By introduction, my name is Engineer Rose. It's so surprising. Actually, it's my first conference. I usually attend my engineer conferences. I never heard this. So personally, I learn a lot, and I'm still learning. But what I take from now is safety at the workplace, and thanks for all presenters and panelists, and we have more panelists after lunch. So actually, I learn a lot, and I'm still learning.
Beautiful. Thank you very much. A wrap of clap for her, Jamani. Epi, this is to let you know that we also have CEOs in this conference. And with us, we have a CEO from Reime. And I believe he has something for us. If you can take your mic to the CEO from Reime, Karibu sana. There he is. He's rising up his hand. Karibu. If you have any sharing, Karibu sana. Sorry, can you help me?
Thank you, Gerard. Unfortunately, the mic don't like me. Thank you for the opportunity. I'm called Christian, engineer. I'm the director and a company called Acme. It's a foreign company. We used to trade as Reime, and now it's Acme. So please, as a trademark, Gerard, don't say Reime, take it as Acme. I really congratulate Tahosa for this event. My takeaway in this is, I can say 2 now. I see Tohasa as a bridge between OSHA and we contractors or local people. You talked earlier about safe to local, we are talking about boda boda, which is really good. Now I see safe taken as corporate only, big companies. If you look as here, you'll see big companies. But the point I'm taking is, even the local level now, you are considering them. So it's a thumb up to you. And I do hope all of us here we are learning. And we are going to implement all these which we have learned from you to our organization. And not only organization, also to our homes, to our normal life. Because after work, you have your family at home. So I do congratulate Tarusa for this. Thank you.
Thank you very, very much. Makofi mengi kwake.
Well, Jalad, I have one more person here with
Okay.
a concern.
Karibu.
Thank you. My name is Joseph. I'm a finance manager from Container Concept.
Imagine we have a finance guy.
Yeah, so
I think after your brother, my idea must be given. Eh?
don't worry.
Karibu.
Don't worry. So, as I was listening to Madame from ECOP and everyone else who spoke, we are mostly concerned on the safety. What about the health aspects? So, safety can bring health. That much we know. When it's safe, we assume we are all healthy. What about health itself? ECOP is saying it has almost 85,000 joints. This is like, I believe these are sports. We have people working there. What are they doing in the aspect of their health? Because they are referring to safety. Everyone is saying safety, safety, safety. What about health? Maybe our key partner Tohasa can help us in that aspect.
Perfect.
We are saying safety. I'm not hearing health. Only Dr. Ivan is the one who spoke about health.
Perfect. So I think because we have further programs ahead of us and the panelists and speakers are here, they should take that part of their discussion, integrate in health when you be presenting ideas. We have lecturers from universities, and one of the universities that brought up their lecturers is Aris plus Muimbiri University. So maybe we should hear from Aris. I know we have Madam Paula, who is one of the lecturers in the university. Let's hear from her what she has for us. Karibu.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yes, it's an honor to be in this conference, the Global Occupational Health and Safety Conference 2025. It is good that I've taken a lot of things with me, but the most important thing is that I understand that occupational health and safety is a cross-cutting issue, and it's quite important to take this in all the professions that are involved within the workplaces. So as we intend to do any activity or anything on the ground, it's quite important to take the occupational health and safety issues on board so that we increase the productivity, but also for the sustainability of our investments. But equally important, the safety culture issues that were raised by the presenter from ECOPS, it's quite important to understand that we need to build the safety cultures from all the stages of our lives, from our children, from the institutions, and all the workplaces. So the safety cultures are quite important to be advocated so that we have the sustainability of our projects. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Makofi kwake. And then I'll also pick a lecturer from Muimbili. I know we have Mr. Protas with us. Where are you, Mr. Protas? There he is. If you can give him a mic. In brief, if you can share with us. Karibu.
Thank you so much, but because I'm here with my seniors, I'm not obliged to speak until she speaks first.
Perfect.
So, Dr. Sakwari,
is that Gloria Sokali you're talking about?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. And this is how leadership is, eh? Over to you, madam.
Very unfortunately, in university, we don't go like that. He could have spoke his mind, and then I could have chipped in with mine as well.
Okay.
But, well, let me just speak, and then you can put in yours. Now that I have the mic, then I have to speak. Okay. I thank Tohasa for having this situation, this conference, and the situation that they put in by inviting students, this was a big up for me, because most of the time we pay for the conference and the students are not here. They don't gain the networking and see what is going around the world. So with this, from morning to this moment, I believe they have seen what they learn in class and additional materials, which makes their brain move on, because these are the next HSCs. Or maybe not the next, like they are now the HSCs now that we are going to be employed in our companies. But again, as from the morning, from the accountant there, the finance manager, we talked about safety. And I normally tell my students, a safe workplace is not necessarily a health workplace. So maybe we should open our ears and our eyes and our mind when this next session comes, so that we can hear what is happening in the issues of health. Because you can have a safe environment, but it could not be safe. I mean, it could not be healthy. So that's from me.
Asante sana. A lap of clap for her, jamani. Karibu, Mr. Protas.
Okay, basically, I have some kind of vision that I've been thinking of in the aspect of informal sectors. You see, many of the occupational health safety services are not focused on the informal sectors. We have here Madam Witness. She has been focusing on noise-induced hearing loss, which is PTS, permanent threshold shift, and I've been focusing on temporary threshold shift kwa watu wa gonga. So they are very, very informal working areas, and I really appreciate that if everyone and each one of us here could start focusing on those areas. We have people of Bajaji, Dr. Sokala been developing something on that. They have high noise exposure in their driving vehicles. We have shisha providers, those who are udum, they're exposed to a lot of fumes and smokes, but no one
cares for them.
Yeah, cares for them. We have a lot of informal sectors. Yeah, so I really appreciate if OSHA and all the could come across and do this. So we have a lot of research activities being developed, so we welcome people for funding. We are a little bit short on funds, so with all these informal sectors researchers that we have, you can collaborate with Muimbili University so that we can do that to make the future and better health for the informal sector. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Protas. That was a very nice changizo. However, we as TOASA, we also have plan around how do we share knowledge with informal sectors. Part of our program for this year is we are thinking of bringing down the knowledge, the occupational health and safety knowledge, to the informal sectors. And we are also having that set of mind of ensuring that our members have a session with, in areas that they are coming. That would add also value in terms of upgrading their levels within the membership. So a member going to motorbike, the border riders, and then share with them knowledge around safe driving, use of the PPs when they are driving, observing the speed and all that, and share with us evidences that he or she has managed to do that. That adds value in a membership process. So we have a lot of programs that will be happening this year, and we believe we will spend more time into the informal sectors, and you are the key players on the same. Madam Epi, if you would allow me to wind up with my brother from another mother. His name is Nation, and this gentleman, I really respect him. We grow up together in the industry, and I'm pretty sure that he also have something to share with the team. Karibu sana mtaalamu ametoka chuo maarufu sana nchini. Tulikuwa tunawataniaga sana, SUA ni watu wa nini? Marizieni basi, SUA ni watu wa nini? Ujamani betu wafuga ng'ombe. Lakini ni watu ambao wana mchango mkubwa sana kwenye sekta hii ya occupational health and safety, na wengi utawaona mtaani wakihakikisha kwamba watu wanakuwa salama. Karibu sana brother Nation.
Thank you. It's good surprise. Yeah, my name is Nation. I work for Minara Tanzania, Health and Safety Manager. I've been in the telecom for most of decades now. So it has been a very wonderful session. I missed the last year one. I plan not to miss this, and so far it has been well organized, and thank you for the team. The presentation, the panel discussions, everything well coordinated, very informative for everyone who is learning. I was sitting next to some people who are very new to the profession, and I've noted some of them who have developed the interest to be OHS experts. And for those who have never thought of that, I think you have to start doing. It's a very good and safe area, fit to work. One person came and asked me, how do I get started to be a legal safety professional? And I did some bullet point, and I started even applying to NOSCI courses, right time in this session. So if you ever dream to be a safety professional, you are welcome. For those who are not, who are non-OHS personnel, it's a very good fit. I feel passionate about it because it's linked to my future. I'm a Christian. I believe one day I'll be in heaven because I'm saving lives. So that's why I'm linked to it. So a couple of takeaways, especially on, I'm passionate in terms of safety culture. I like the technical team from NOSC in terms of transforming from papers to practice. I'm still learning to see how we can really touch the behavioral part that we are not capturing. Unfortunately, our industry in the telecom, our sites are scattered. It's not like confined in one area. We are building a tower in maybe a remote site that is 300-kilometer drive off road. There is a single tower. I would like to capture the behavioral aspects of the people working as part of implementing OHS. So when Tumsif was presenting, I was listening carefully to see, because sometimes you drive, you park your vehicle, start walking, 2 hours uphill, just going and capturing the people who are working to see how they are really behaving. So the session is really good, and I'm looking forward to learn a lot of things. I captured a lot from practice presented from ECOP and the rest of the team. I think tuendelee kutulia, tutaondoka na vitu vingi. Thank you, Tohasa.
Asante sana, makofi mengi tena kwa ndugu yangu. And I think that marks the end of our okay. If you can hand over a mic to him, please. And that should be the last person. Karibu.
Good afternoon, everybody.
Afternoon, sir.
Yeah, my name is Iman Sanga. I'm the shirt manager for Occupational Sugar Company. I'm currently working at the project, a greenfield expansion project. Yeah, thanks to Hasa and all the organizers. I think the event went well, and it is so fruitful. I have 2 intakes to add with the main theme that we have on board. Number 1 is when we are doing safety, to sensitize the safety of people around and the safety culture, we need to have some slogans around. Yeah, so of which I think with us also, we need to symbolize our slogan as well.
I hear you.
Yeah. And to start with, maybe I'll just do a common one for everybody who is around here, that we should live with our slogan at least, which is very common, which you normally say safety first. Now for those who speak Swahili, usalama kwanza. So safety
first.
Safety
first.
Usalama
kwanza.
Yeah, it is a good slogan which changes the culture of people around.
Thank you.
Yeah, and secondly, I was very impressed with the road safety. And with the road safety around, if you drive safe, you will save life. Then at the end of the day, when you are talking about safety, that means our first priority is on saving life of people. Yeah, so safety is life. Safety is
life.
And thanks to Tuhasa, with the scene that we have, it symbolizes that and show that we are caring for our lives of people whom we are working with. And the last one is, if you need to save life and you need to have a safety, safety should always be strict, effective, and practical. And that goes around to, you might have a lot of procedures, a lot of papers in place, but if you are not doing it effectively and practical, that won't be a real safe that we are seeing or we see. So a good safety is the one that is practical, and a good safety is one which is done effectively, and it is very strict. being a safe personnel, you need to be strict in terms of ensuring that all the life-saving rules which have been kept in place are being adhered and they are being followed. Thank you. Asante sana.
Thank you very much. Safety.
First.
Safety.
First.
Usalama.
Kwanza.
I like that. I believe, brother, you came with the sugar.
No,
I
you can
hope
get
you have a
sugar in
big car.
the. They are being sold in
No,
the
I
shops.
need the one that comes from. I mean, I need the original one, from Kilombero. Beautiful. So, Madam Epi, I think we should now break for lunch.
Okay.
And then, team, we only spend 45 minutes for lunch. Please grab your lunch, get it done as early as possible, and then come back to the venue so that we can finalize with the pending programs. We still have a lot to do. So if you do it early, that will help us sort of plan early as well. Thank you very much, Madam President and the team. The high table, you keep using the same exit door that you used, and then the rest of us will have some people coming on your table and pick you and take you to.
Now, Garrett.
Yes.
Jared, I think with your introduction to lunch being ready and all that, let's pick up some, do you call it catalyst, something from the container people? Just one more kind of concern. Is it a concern? It is a concern while we wait for lunch.
Oh.
Yeah?
Do they have a cooler? Karibu.
Sorry, naweza kutumia Kiswahili
Endelea
ili
tu
wengi
boss.
waweze kunielewa.
Gonga.
Okay, kutoka asubuhi kuna mtu kaongea akasema alivyokuwa wakienda Uganda inategemea na sehemu waliopo, lugha ndio inayotumika. Kwa hapa natamani kutumia Kiswahili.
Endelea.
Okay, naitwa Migration Mnyawami. Mimi ni Operation Manager from Container Concepts. Toka asubuhi naona tunaongelea zaidi kuhusu safety. Kuna wawili wameongea hapa kuhusu healthy, lakini nilikuwa na concern moja kwamba tunavyoongelea kuhusu safety kwenye site tunaongelea kwa habari ya kazi wanazofanya. Lakini hatuongelei kwa upande wa wakirudi sehemu wanapolala papoje, sehemu yao ya chakula. Sehemu yao ya chakula pia ipoje, mazingira yao labda ya toilets yapoje. Kwa hiyo tutakavyorudi, kama kutakuwa na discussion nyingine kwa hawa presenters wetu watakavyokuwa wanaongelea habari za safety and healthy, wagusie pia kwa upande huo. Je, wanatumia njia zipi kufanya pia na mazingira ya wale watu ambao wakitoka site wakirudi wanaishi kwenye mazingira gani? Pia kuna njia zipi za health wanazotumia kuprevent hawa watu kutoka kwenye mazingira mabovu kwenda kwenye mazingira mazuri ya kazi. Thank you.
Asante sana.
Enjoy your lunch.
Asante sana ndugu operation manager. Swala anasema operation manager ni mtu anayedili na watu. Kwa siku zote lazima agonge kwa lugha ya Kiswahili ili wadau waelewe, na sisi tumekuelewa. Kwa kwenye event hii tutaendelea kufafanua kuhusu masuala ya kiafya pia. Jambo jema sana. Nimeambiwa na wadau kwamba kuna meza zinafiksiwa. Kwa hiyo niendelee kuchakata mambo niliyokuwa na chakata. Kuna huyu ndugu yangu mmoja nimekutana naye kwenye kazi za kusafirisha mizigo mikubwa, lakini pia kubeba makontena. Huwa napata utata sana ninapokuwa barabarani afu kontena liko pembeni yangu. Nawaza linaweza likaanguka muda wowote. Sasa nataka nipate hiyo assurance kwamba haya makontena ambayo tunayakuta barabarani yakitembea kwenye hizi lori yana usalama wa kutosha. Na je, hizi incident ambazo zinatokea mabarabarani kwa kontena kuanguka na kupoteza maisha ya watu, sababu haswa ni nini? Na yeye kama mtaalamu wa makontena ana jambo gani la kutueleza leo? Ndugu yangu yuko hapa, karibu sana mtaalamu wa makontena. Utueleze kwa ufupi.
Habari. Mimi naitwa Aloysius Rogoshora, ni HSC manager wa Maersk Tanzania. Nashukuru japo sikuwa nimefikiria kama naweza kuuliza swali namna hii, lakini kwa ufupi sana ni kwamba containers zina aina tofauti tofauti. Kwa haraka kuna dry container ambao tunaziona nasafisha mazao kama yanaweza kuwa mazao ya misitu au mazao ya chakula. lakini pili tuna refrigerated containers ambazo zinaitwa reefer containers kwa ajili ya kusupply kwenye cold chain ambao husafisha nyama na vitu vingine kama maziwa, na nafikiri wazalishaji ambao tunafanya export tunafahamu makontena namna hiyo. Makontena yoyote yana sehemu kuu 4 ambazo zinaitwa locking section, ambao kwenye vyombo vya usafirishaji kama magari zinaitwa twist lock. Zile twist lock ndo zinazo secure container ili isiweze kudondoka, hasa unapofanya usafirishaji kwenye nchi kavu. Kwa hiyo iwe ni 20 feet au 40 feet container inakuwa na hizo sehemu kuu 4 za kuisecure na to protect it from falling. Ajali zinatokea kwa sababu minimum inabidi na twist lock 3 japo ina point 4, na hizo 3 ziwe kwenye sehemu ambazo ni tofauti ili container isianguke. Iwapo utakuwa na 2 point contact, the possibility of container falling is quite high. Na kinachotokea kwenye magari yetu ya usafirishaji, most cases you find trucks are missing twist locks. Kwa sababu tunapita kwenye sehemu ambazo ni uneven, a tip over can happen na kusababisha madhara kwa watu. It's unfortunate kwamba regulators kwenye nchi zetu zinazoendelea they don't pay that attention kuhakikisha kwamba magari yanayosafirisha hizo containers from point of loading, inaweza kuwa ni ICD au ni port, kwenda kwenye destination au consumer point ambazo zinaweza kuwa ni local au international, wenyewe wazingatie hivyo vitu, ndio maana containers zikadondoka. Lakini kwenye shipping tunapofanya usafirishaji majini, kule ndo kuna proper process ya rushing kuhakikisha container kuanzia kwenye hatch unavyoishusha chini kuiweka mpaka unavyoona container juu ya meli, ni kwamba kule chini unaweza kuanza container zaidi ya 30 kabla hujaona container juu. Kumbe container inaweza kupakiwa kwenye meli sehemu ya chini kabisa kufanya vessel iwe stable, na kule kuna utaratibu mzuri sana kuhakikisha kwamba container haiwezi kudondoka labda kama meli imezama. Nashukuru.
Jamani, makofi mengi kwake. Ameeleza vizuri. Sasa ujumbe tu ni kwamba usikae pembezoni mwa container. That's very, very important. Na nafikiri as TOASA you should also think of how we can collaborate with the institution responsible. Ifike wakati pia tuwe tuna barabara maalum za makontena, si ndio ili kuweza kupunguza kiwango cha ajali barabarani. I think it's a takeaway to the TOASA team. So let's go for lunch. Tutumia mlango ule, lakini pia tutumia mlango wa nyuma. Madam Caroline na meza kuu mnaweza mkaendelea, na sisi ambao tupo huku timu itakuwa inapita kwenye meza na kututoa kwenye meza zetu. Asante DJ, over to you.